94.7 Asempa FM so ne Ekosiisen dwumadi no wasogu so a otie no ma yenamu nyina asene ensan so ema makwaba bio emfa momra Asempa FM so medin di osai bonsu ofremi obi ameje wo so ene yede nkomo bebre na etumi ede abremo ye toa so the last segment on our show the discussion segment 11 minutes after 5 6:30 p.m. near the Jumediano Abba area. Make us a Bernard Anim Piesie as a member National Communications Team of the NDC. The Honorable Daniel Kwate Titus Glover, a former MP on the ticket of the NPP, our Tema East constituency, NA, or a national organizer hopeful for that party. James Kwabena Bomfeh, editor, managing editor of the National Forum newspaper. In Timpenny for me and saying anyone babidi and come. Let me say happy birthday to you, Elder Dr. Maye Dane of PIWC Dansoman Snit Flat. Elder Dr. Maye Dane, your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Do have a good one and live to be 94.7. Elder Dr. Raphael Maye Dane. Medical doctor by profession, elder of the Church of Pentecost, PIWC Dansoman. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Jennifer Chumuwa of Kumasi Kote from Simon Kwabena Ajeman, the Ashanti Regional Team President Chairman, and on the way Abba. Ainty, if you are celebrating your birthday today, do have a good one and a happy birthday to you. I told you, say, Melcom made the Easter promotion, Abba. Now, Melcom says, celebrate this Easter with us and put smiles on the faces of your family and friends by shopping for goods at affordable prices. Terms and conditions apply. Melcom, where Ghana truly saves. In Tioko Melcom, Nioma ne Boafo, variety in so ewo honti, uni ebusuani nyina enko, oko Melcom shop bia, ye create a family atmosphere, no, ubetimi atonioma na unso uista no aye sonkon ede amount na me ka se yemu bebre na this mindset say cancer de osa cancer enyi. In fact cancer ni edru unyanya cancer wu na ubi me pacho. Cancer diagnostics and treatment has gotten very, very easy as we speak. SGMC Sweden Ghana Medical Center or more special cancer center they continue to make life easy when it comes to cancer diagnostics and treatment, be it prostate cancer, cervical cancer, breast cancer, endometrial cancer, and other solid cancer tumors. We now perform biopsies, surgeries, and other surgical procedures in our new state-of-the-art surgical theater. Our surgeons, urologists, gynecologists, oncologists, and other specialists will find a solution when it comes to cancer diagnostics and treatment. In the Enfueni Nchrebi, there is a cancer nkwade a Sweden Ghana Medical Center, a cancer center. Ukohwa, ye besho, ye wakatamanso behind Lakeside Estate Community 8. Your numbers ni 0201 409 403, 0201 409 403, and a 0262 225. Okay, 0262 253328, 0262 253328. Frey now in common. Remember, say knowing your risk lowers your risk. SGMC Cancer Center, taking away the burden of cancer into a more bois man for papa. But I said this year, Kwo is back. Kwo. Iste Kwebe de Bruta, under the distinguished auspices of His Royal Majesty, Dasebre Ekwamwa Ijapon II, and Her Royal Majesty Nana Adjoa Jemfua III, the Ghana State Book, Dasebre Development Advisory Board, the Kwao Traditional Council, the Kwao Golden members invite the general public and all of the Kwauman to the Grand Deba of Kwauman and the launch of the Kwao State Book. Ye launch Kwao State Book. Baso Saturday, April 16th, 2022, 9 a.m. Pepepe. Baso in Prayasu Social Center. All are cordially invited. So please be part of this historic event of the launch of the Kwewu State Book. It's an amazing way to celebrate this year's Kwewu Easter. Ebeye de papa min Canada. Bernard Anim Piesie.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Kwabena poem to say.
Omi, neje oso ni Kwabena.
You who watch it?
Senia apomu tenede. Nyankopon fam de wa ye. So I say me kan na nkrofo bebre. Won penity. But asem na no kware. Nyankopon fam de watoto bibia kama. Ye de say ye wa hodin ayetimi. Anantu afifi abedu hayeje. Na ye de aseda be manyame.
Yes.
Na munema bebre ho no ma enkoyi. Wukra wonim. Nti me je se ne wonim. Ena nkomo no. Enkoba te se bia wo do tem kwankwa nua bia se na. Yen ne nganya yan sam ne so nam. Ne ati nyina ne menim no wonim. Ne me hunu hu bi. Nti enema nkoyi. Enema na ye kra. Ne mamu ye den. Ne mamu ye den papa. Ye hia ache te se na obisa na pepe. Msa fi nyina kra me.
Apomdin wo ho.
Pomuden de maka say no hweso ndo atoto ni. Ye pepe. Aka ni nipa be. Ni nti ayekoto aba 7th December 2020. Ane de me say baby enam no obi dabi. Enye kra. Na eyi jata cement what on
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
I don't want to answer that.
New 40 cedis me boa per bag.
Dabi we do. Ana.
Sure.
Domi me ba jo mon check jata cement current price na mame why. Mon check current price na mame ne enfan chuja. I don't want to put out any wrong
Exactly,
information.
yeah. But figure na me won no. Na me refi na can say me check it because no 50 cedis there. That just Ghana auto diesel 1 gallon. Is a nebu a dancing cement 1 bag.
Yeah.
Na uje tum sana ya sam kese papa. Ese if ya se hwe say den na akoyi. Den na akoyi. Den na akobone. What you say because all the gallon back on diesel. O fia consume aba na asan. Woni bisa.
Yeah.
Na se nebu a dancing cement bag back. E bit me twa blocks be ye 25 amount. Nti unya be anka esia esi dankura ba ko nti beto be 5 gallons na wa hyew dankura ba ko e wo kam no obi let's get serious some guess pa o am from hweye na me ke what you say nti wo to diesel be 5 gallons wa hyew dankura ba ko wa hyew egu na otio menhu na sana okay kan ya mesie ne ekowie ni a obi na chese nya asem ketewo me ties na anu bi na na kufuado e kan obabi se Ghana crowd chese light book cry dancing se wutua danka so what is ango money na
yes
na papa ya nso no da so te Ghana abenwa so e ya refira na because on my mechanic hwinkyerɛ say oh na metia no me hu ne sɛ na bia o man panyin kufo be ye man panyin atamel say ye bi menti say oh me hu no differently na me be so mo no de nya sa netting because abanga wa betena yen so a obi 2017 bepem na me no ka say onya mfom so bia da o onya mfom so bia da ya deeper me di ni say ya won your leadership crisis. Power. Because sabi uti ya now ya mpompo adru. E de sra ko to dwa. Menye ni say why wan adwen so person solve problem. Yare na nkoda.
Ekosiisen
uti ya wa opeti yare adru. Se pompo na ho na nkroma na ko to dwa na wo ya mpompo adru fa ho. Na ti yare won fa pompo adru na esa. But sana ban pese yen fanenen. Onyam from Zubia. Majority say about this uncommon.
I would be playing back his interview on the BBC yesterday, I think, on a BBC. It's about 6 minutes, 27 seconds. I don't know it's a full interview, Nino, but this is what the BBC shared. In the best sign, playing the back, Amamonso Mate. But there is a development in Parliament. Bomfeh Wilson.
Okay. Prempring in Abato Ghana for so say Obunze Ghana unim dam draft.
Yeah, draft.
Unim say wo pia.
Yes.
I have for need to form. We won't be no pia draft. Or dam. So no ototo nensa because objin a insiso. Obun kunta na insisi ani. I mean names what observe side na. Wo hu bia na ototo
Or your calculation.
Exactly.
Or na nyina.
Obia na ma auto draft. Near President Kufuor da ba to Ghana for so.
Mate say Jata cement no factory price. 56.
Oh, Samum.
And a market.
$50.
Achum, are you sure about this?
Because last week Yani,
market no 58, 59.
Last week Yani until a man more gas so because one price number 12 just last week and
okay. Okay.
But before last week, either to know 90 sir. And the home common amidi.
It has almost 60 cities. That's quite expensive.
But answer crana, so one price increment in the baby.
Yeah.
Nani American sana netting. Oto diesel 1 gallon and anabu a dancing petrol. Sorry, cement 1 bag. So ngako pediasiaba. Garbage in, garbage out. So fi pediasiaba and ni ayeti momu yenkontompo na brabasem. To the extent of Mampenyan Kasa Kra Kujina Parliament. Na anu ya State of the Nation address. So Bekai. And also why ya kwang ahoro Akwang foforo.
Over 10,000 kilometers.
Akwang foforo. Unim so kan new. Yes. Over 10,800 kilometers. Ebrosa. Wo fi ye PDS ba no. South Finance Minister so come the better abonting.
Yes.
Oh yeah, in the press conference no. I think say page 6 of the statement no. Onya. Also I think around 6,200 kilometers. Inti na watwe biengo se na watwe echi. Man paying 10,000. Finance Minister can 6,000. What share statement Ministry of Roads at the Babonting na. Wonga chire kwanga wonga ye wom. Amanfo so will be the better. I met Trefi. One day mom collaborating with Road Minister. I don't know the better by no. I think 4,000 500 or 4,200 and something.
Yeah.
Inti abang baako. Na watwe bien ntem. Wonga ye kwang ahoro wa he. Kwang foforo.
Any mamini nkomomra. Why me?
Obi enu nti ne ye wo bia ye we.
Mate.
Sanya na nka me mafia no.
There's a development in Parliament. Mamini
Emra.
Kwesi Paka Wilson. Kwesi Kwabena apom to saying
Nyame dom obi me ho ye na so e.
Nyame adom ye ho ye. Wait a minute say enne no enema bebre akoso of Parliament, but for the purposes of any conversation no the here what the speaker has referred to the privileges committee assembly na speaker referma committee no.
Obi so the kaya we broke the news about a year adjuster for absence in the chamber. Clearly, we share order 16 and 17. Member of Parliament one bar chamber now we need speaker the permission. Now one bar for 50 to 10 days no. Wait yambra and until no say we conduct no the map privileges committee. In this assembly be jano and not MP someone who just a black one also so equal one research. And we indicated that a year Canada in Japan and they have reported almost so almost for 15 seconds, almost so amber and almost so your former population committee. Now, and let's look at better national, and this has gone on for almost over a month now. Then the Speaker of Parliament name Aban Babin of better national and standing orders amount of time on one formal communication to Parliament. Into what a year and there other paper now item 3 that show formal communication with her. Into your better no say he has a formal communication to the House or no one can say the communication to MP. And already concerns and they say what share who say a year members of Parliament on both sides MPP NDC Sebi almost Parliament in Juma serious almost Bachimba Ebimba and that is not right. And are relying on a year provisions like a war, or relying on standing orders on Yamikuti and on that 17 or call Constitutional Article 97C and or sign other references after the jurisdiction, UK and the US, what it pertains there. Into a way, and not say, start 3 MPs way, table office, na table office one almost keeping the records of the house. Into Sawopa Parliament, what signing out, almost keeping the records in now. Into speak at them, say, a year table office, no, almost you should now almost when say, a year 3 MPs, no, Sarah Adjuster for the Kwabena constituency, a year Henry Cote of Iowa so Central, and Kennedy or Japan, Central, Omunino, Omutiamra. The son say, not only chamber, a brand new speaker's permission, and you know what the and some the privileges committee. Now, mind you, privileges committee, no, omniscient, it be a contempt of parliament, you, say, recommendation. In the privileges committee, no, input a year, standing parliament, so we happen. Now, say, let's say, say, Omutiambra. Recommendation and from the parliament, not parliament, and debate, not on Toswaba. It's not these were the exact ruling of Speaker of Parliament Aban Babin. Now, in fact, what can't I know? As someone say MP, I was signing minority chief with, say, then the cocoa pie. Your person says, Speaker, this has to be no. I was say, one as independent speaker. Very fair the conduct of MPs in the way to the privileges committee. Now, what talk also, Eka say MPs, Emma Sad Yenijina, that's even Ubenya speaking there, obey a dictator. I feel on no better national or share MP, say Omunya Yoma, editor of the year. It's in Nanka or say MP to Nankata, and they raise the issue on the floor of the house. Then, after debate, Speaker will now refer on my conduct, to the privileges. Now, Speaker name would hear, or no aim to make the matter and refer. In fact, the majority leader, in fact, Muntakambarak, and then the minority leader, how much issue? Omina, Oma Jacob and Pro. And now, over majority side now, a year interior minister, and with there, one only the majority leader of Mr. Bonsu, almost Oma Jacob and Pro. Now, almost not. Argument kaka with the speaker and say, Speaker, no, won't you mean to say privileges committee in the Juma, almost from that chamber decided. Now, privileges committee on who you Juma and one on a final is binding on members of parliament. In the speaker, Sebi, was from and now one shutdown, standing on the snapper, and you know what Cafe, privileges committee on my case, and from back a chamber. I mean, Cafe, I saw me can say, then yes, someone that from Speaker and the Muntakam Barak. Now you heated argument. In fact, at a point, Speaker and the say, one tennis was one tennis. I said to a form, was the main form. Walk at and speaker, walk at and ye coon, ye dean, every teal. Into one social, ye dean a team. Because I had no a democracy. What can't, no, my can't, but no one I drink, no, my drink. Now I was watching the watching. Won't you mean cancer me say? And
where why Muntaka na kasa actually speaker. And na all kasa actually speaker of parliament.
Speaker. Say, he will not sit down. When he was talking, they listened to him in silence. Into another speaker, he also listened to him in silence. No one dies to walk catching someone to nothing. No one to nothing. In the what year? In fact, who say minority leader, how do I use it? Who tear Muntakana say, oh, yes, na form to the maintenance into one form.
And Ebuphone in an mebao, Ebuphone in an because, na Muntaka M4 Speaker's decision to refer the 3 MPs to the Privileges Committee on force her decision. So,
not on force. So, was Speaker now, was from one Piesie because only Speaker now, when he said to me, say, or by refer the conduct of the 3 MPs to the Privileges Committee. Ne papa muno, and now standing orders in the media. I was saying MPs, and I say any member of parliament, and they also raise it. Because, mind you, the constitution does not recognize the speaker as a member of parliament. If you don't want to be debated, we also want to be far issue. But, Obi, so back Kaya, there was an issue about speaker, what can say, the road minister, one call reversing the cessation of the road too. Over the argument of the majority leader, say speaker needs out to me, because MPs and raising issues. Not always speak I'm a direction. So you are there to give direction. You are not there to take decision on behalf of MPs. It was the same argument advanced by Muntaka Mubarak and the war voice between one and a speaker. But at the end of the day, speaker also would not thinking a release Maka. Me say, young common privileges. And you hate the gavel. Pine. But we not or Catana or the Pomano, a ball, a yet table as well. That is our summoner. You silly, so you know better want him. So Cataway and the Pomano ball, a yap also pine. And some no, a good way. But Mamma say, Muntaka say, the speaker's decision no, to be challenge it. It will come with a proper motion and challenge it. Then the parliament arrives. They are going away for 6 weeks. It is 6 weeks, you know. Omoba, you need to start on the challenge there. But the privileges committee, you know, the entire challenge say, also Mutanasi. Now, quickly, you know, Omoma, a year, 3 MPs, you know, Eba, Omucho Masam, we are. After 6 weeks in the parliament, you resume 2 weeks after the resumption date. And was said.
Too bad. Paka home anatiko inti 2 weeks after the resumption there was a omo report eba for the house to also consider same. I actually said the Nioma ABC Accord. But that's an interesting development in Ghana's parliament. In the end, following from an issue raised by the Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Speaker Edin a decision about referring the 3 MPs. No, in the now we say, Ahomana Siatikobi, what's happening? Yenya Kwesi Paka Wilson and Anayano Edin Komo live from Parliament. It's all about a video, no idea. This was Honorable Kennedy Ohini Japan after Speaker decision of PA a free house on the Obaba video now we say Honorable Ken Asoria OP. I think that ought to Henry Court in chain and Henry Court we Pia Oko. Ain't the attendance is based on the report privileges committee Edebebano, then the House would consider it. Say a Kokoba say committee find they guilty of what you are charged with. Absenting yourself from Parliament for the 15 days in a row. Your seats will be considered vacant, as it were. In the Ebesha said in Yoma ABC, but that's where we are. I think largely, Parker dealing with the issues. Yeah, I can say James Kwabena Bomfeh at Nase and UEFA Champions League. In the 6:30, we have to wrap up. Now, sorry, we'll deal with the issues. No, now if you share to me also. James, Kwabena Boko there.
Yeah, Mena nanum say Sriwenya yemwuye die na ye wade. De wawunkwa na hia no.
Yes.
Say ye tiase a na obi. Wanya bibi atom. Nyame adom watimi abetena fidie so ha. Ye di dwuma.
Yes.
We can't be all negative. There's something positive internet here.
That's true.
Ye ba be di nkomwe, ye be kire adwen. Na senke all negative. What's our business here? Oman no oman chichire. Obre adwuma. Sebi. I say ye chire dam for. Obakofo ya enye ye. Yensom eni nipa. Na me kan say na say peace council. Me na nanom a wo mo kasere we nya na me dia ban the mo Dega traditional council. Peace council ayi regional secretary bia wo Bunu East. O creative problem or
a creative problem.
Yes, and a long-standing chieftaincy issue. Ono peace council Ekosiisen hene.
How
can you imagine? How is that possible? Why there's a looming problem there. May draw attention of Interior Minister. May draw attention of National Security Minister. The Mo Dega Traditional Council has not installed a chief. Omunyensi hene. Enti the regional house of chiefs called Giobia to say yes, no hene they are having a problem. I'm speaking authority as a royal son of Pago traditional clan, a royal family. there's a decision that tells, say, onona custodian in perpetuity of the land and the stool of the more traditional council. But of course, lira any dam kwa, enye dam kwa. Say media no in the name of Adamfo.
Yeah.
Now, minim the entire peace council. How can peace council that is supposed to ensure peace foment trouble? What suggesting Bibia Mancrophone? Almost say there was suggesting you so more. Then you write letters on authority of peace council. You don't do that. The way they for information.
Yeah.
Say more traditional council issues say war hormono and yanya resolved. Achadie menana longoro koro kokudimpo uwi 1999 ache. Yenyensi omanyini wona namu. But it doesn't mean say say in Santia ye kofum kwan na ya ye die ni say ye. But that's just by the way.
Yes.
Na men kaso nka say obi o my Ghana you know yemfa nukredie ni nyamiso eni edwumadie kakra eni edwuma kakra. It does appear say you know sometimes I am adwene ho say yen nipa ye te Ghana han mo no. How honest and sincere are we with ourselves in terms of dwumadie ahodo aye nyinara? Free and penny for so ebesi yania ye wo fom wonuma edi dwuma asoafo ene wonuma won sori ene wonuma edi nkramusuma nim ni ade say na edi nukredie eya dwuma wo man we mu if you say otin sem bia ya ka eya na me bisa me ho say
Ekosiisen on
aso
Asempa FM.
se sa na tepa nke tibrenie ye wa hu ye mu yes ye ho kire yen yes na ya mpase ya tete apansamana. Are we that desperate? Is our case a lost case? Should we throw our hands in despair, in abeyance, as if there's nothing we can do? We are responsible for our lives. The destiny of this nation can never be in the hands of President Akufo-Addo alone or any of his ministers. And the sins of the incumbent are always many. Now, how do we discuss those sins? And not just that, the other contributions they are also making to the development of the nation. Because untimi emfimu say ya wa ban bi anase tumidie bi aba Ghana hanwa onye hwe. It doesn't exist. Even AFRC 112 days. The argument shouldn't be said because man support wunti because me ni wachinti wunya hwe. Enra they make an enra ye di ye bi mu President Mama ye di bi ye no me I spoke against it that you can't say onya hwe. The betna afidie so ye man yosem ni ye na me they make kan dia wie the course of parliament. And this if should know that we are not a lawless country or a country without a constitution because of their coup background. Their minority what example is he setting? The speaker is telling you sit down, you are also telling him to shut up. He can't tell you to sit down. Do you want to bet my catcher say sit down? Why? Or see or the proper Ibeko.
A proper motion.
Speaker be ruling the same speaker or ruling against you are. Hey, Van Obeko, you go to the Supreme Court. And so now, no see Supreme Court to need authority of Parliament. I'm happy they have gone to the Supreme Court now. They have come to terms with the reality. Say the year canon. Parliament is a master of its own rules, but Parliament cannot determine the constitutionality or otherwise of its rules. The supremacy of the Constitution and trust that in the hands of the Supreme Court.
Ekosiisen on
Leader
Asempa
catch
FM.
yourself. Sebi.
No, speaker.
Ni leader so catch yourself on
Leader
trust.
also catch yourself. Yeah, that's true.
So who speaker will leader swear? Sebi and Yamon who same say. I'm praying one of them should say some of us should be called before the privileges committee. Or no? O kasa no make us o kasa honorable Oblakwa statement.
Yeah.
And the speaker ruling on it.
Yes.
And What is his complaint? Say the speaker cannot give that ruling by himself. Who else? Massa. One more case of standing order 5. Obi. Standing order 5. Minority rape. Read it. In case of doubt, these orders shall be interpreted by the speaker as he deems fit. When it comes to decisions in the house, they are the mercy of the speaker. But the speaker can get it wrong. And when the speaker gets it wrong, we go upstairs to the Supreme Court.
But I even find it interesting because I'll share what Okujeto just posted on his Facebook page about 4 hours ago. I say, I commend Speaker Kwabena for commencing action against all 3 absentee MPs. As I indicated earlier following my research, the provisions of the 1992 Constitution and Article 97 must apply without discrimination. Adjoa Safo Kennedy Ejapon and Henry Korte must face the same music. It is my hope, as I remarked on the floor of Parliament today, that the House shall be guided by the 11th December 2008 Professor Kweku Asare radical decision by the Court of Appeal. The man who moved this whole issue on the floor, no, this is what he had to say about the Speaker's ruling. So I don't get the...
So what was Muntake's beef? What was Muntake's beef?
He might have reasons, you know.
No, fine. But your reasons must not be presented in an unruly manner in that House of Records. What an example, no. What's you a leader of the House? You're a member of the leadership. And obviously, a cool mentality, a party, no one we can be lawless anyhow. Near Cotrin Ma, near Brooklyn, near 20 a blade. Parliament House.
No, but the NDC has no cool mentality.
Their background is cool. In their constitution, they say that they celebrate 31st December. Our Supreme Court, in the MPP versus Attorney General 1993-1994 law report, say, coup d'etat, biara, by a 2 constitution, go in criminality.
Yes.
Is it in doubt that they say their background is 31st December? Is it not in their constitution? Minameka.
Is it still in there? Has it not been expunged?
Expunged by who?
Not from their constitution.
That they are not descendants of 31st December coup. No, if I say don't get no or origins are and not 31st December no the Tracy.
As to the party celebrating that day, giving it that significance, no, is it still there?
They have stopped. Have they stopped? Are you giving me news?
I am not. I'm
not 31st December. Your man. Obi, honey Ghana na. And the make go see say so a party no. And you saw the life of the party a coup. Say a tum regua. Ghana for yen tum rengu. That is why their suggestion say Ghana muya dinha. The only option a coup no. It is a non-starter. A non-starter. Obi no ye true Democrat. Our Jim ready. That na meka say we obi a unimu mra. Odi mra ne ye adwuma. Yeah, discuss it and which one what they will say a rifle coup. Where is that coming from? A coup doesn't come up at all. It's not an option to be considered now. I can say a last resort. You don't even mention it. Now no be no be ever parliament no. Speaker Kasa. Who say speaker no dey catch on so be to akabi a no. Why is he speaker? Now onima constitution no ha. The speaker is occupying an elevated position. Almost standing orders. Our no minority leader, a minority chief whip. On the same go decide baba. Order 5. How can you challenge the speaker on the floor of the House and talk back at him? Yes, you can call for a division if it's about a vote count.
Yeah.
And then but even when the division is done, the speaker can announce it wrongly.
That's true.
Announcing it wrongly. The only other option you have is to go to the Supreme Court. It's not for you to fight in that house. It's not for you to insult or abuse the speaker. It's not for you to disrespect your leader. But you know something? The AC one, it shows you a leadership crisis.
On the minority bench, front bench?
Yes.
I've just been told, sir, Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, substantive motion or case of file challenging the Speaker's ruling. That has been done in the way a memo to Right Honourable Speaker from Minority Chief Whip, date 5th April 2022, subject motion that this Honourable House resolves to revoke, cancel, or rescind the referral made by the Right Honourable Speaker on the 5th day of April 2022 to the Committee on Privileges to consider the issue of absence without permission from the House under Article 97(1)(c) of the Constitution and Standing Orders 15 and 16 of Honourables Sarah Adwoa Safo, Henry Korte, and Kennedy Ohene Japan. And Honourable Muntaka Mubarak, substantive motion of filing against the Speaker's ruling. Apparently, it's been filed already.
What is his basis? What is wrong with the decision of the ruling by the Speaker?
That is not stated in here.
You see, so Obi, I want to say this with the greatest respect to my friends in the minority. Parliament is not a house for theatricals. It's not theater. It's not jokes. It's not maxim. Their conduct in that house very reprehensible lately. We respect them. In fact, some of them too, we have issues with their conduct. Maka, and there are people in the house there that I have my doubts the appropriateness of their being there. But the conduct they are putting up. MPs, they could blows. Hey, the hall where your weapons are words. Huh? Obi. Parliament don't know a war zone. Now weapons are a concerned to Quano. A words. I know some.
Yes.
Ka na minka. The worst part a vote.
Very well.
Enti ya vote wa. Now when you be nyadwina yakoto insa.
Yeah, but that's in the past, not today or yesterday. That's in the past.
Obi, Sherman.
But the point is the effect of the referral in the eventually, if the Privileges Committee goes into the issue, that's what the report bar. There is the likelihood of a by-election, no? Likelihood.
So what?
Okay.
Obi, no, you see, Obi, democracy. The burden of democracy is fidelity to the law.
Yes.
You see, you can't pick and choose which rules to obey and which not to obey.
Okay.
Adolf Hitler can send me, or say the Constitution is nothing but a shred of paper. Given the paper, the Constitution on its own, no, and
Yes.
your life, and it and the more you debate too about Constitution, and the more meaning to it. And until Hubert Humphrey, former Vice President of US, okay, say the law can be better, cannot be better than the people who are called upon to obey or administer it or enforce it. So I say, and at the end of the day, then a constitution say MP Benadine Piesie, one mafia had more than 15 a year. As I say, a chinaso. The intini say, Yan Twaba Ma say, Koye Yanamusinia, Obequakoye, Chaskele, and also Bequakoye Champagne MP. Honma, as I say, you free ho. So Mukasam say, well, Nina, so Papa be an one must speak a mania. One must speak a manio, and I was absent to more than 15 times. I don't know if you broom ranzo.
Everybody would have to be dealt with. Okay.
So me, I don't understand this.
I get you. Meaning, Anim.
Sabah election by would it be the first time?
Anim, on this specific issue in Parliament, you know, what do you think was saying, Pacho?
Obi made us na. I mean, cheer to you. I heard for here or a befu quantum points. To send a mobile money, a fee na mezomati.
Okay.
Men pentemumwa. The American say, well, Parliament or Mra, one quan offer, so I would the Wunjuma. So we meet him in Tenachi, in just a sank way and sign as well in the same. We been a move motion. Yeah, I say, sir, motion need you now. There's a way you be, as I say, for one standing orders are issue for Parliament. Na near Fenny say, Honorable Ablakwa. Or a minority member.
Yes.
Yes. Into a NDC ni. Ana or this are 72 gua. And Honorable Muntaka, also NDC ni anamibwa. Ono so there be a 78 bia kwanga say speaker no faso. Edi so asem no one faso sa. Ni nyina no ko fare ba ni hwem ni nyina so. Nyina wo standing orders nim. Nti a whole grade e won agwara. Mentiment na bonten in pretend as if say minim chen won a wo parliament ho. Na mo menua Kabila kasa no o ka asem bi. Na hora me pese me twena adwen si asem bi so. Say NDC fo. NDC suchen. Sebi mi amete. NDC suchen national chairman. Ina ye wo nga sebi obi wo nga no kasa. Ye fan say eya asema efi NDC ho na eba. Parliament 2 NDC MPs including even former NDC member or your speaker of parliament as it stands now so na be kan nen.
Yeah.
Inti den na wo single out say NDC for na one day wo fi coup d'etat mu na ba na fine kuzi. So ansem kan no wo de ba wo bra me wo ho a you be forced. So what I say me you ano. Ana asa na wo tweme akọ kasa bim. Wo tufu wi a fo na watu now na wa wasan twa ho an wadi mu fo. Nti yen hwe yen kasa yi. Yen nya oma wo nga wo fi ho. Ni ebe fi mu ababia say so wo twen ebi no maso. As I say wo ye by elections as wo inquire ya. Fine. Ebeba me yet me dis an komo no. But prempring the science insinuation na NDC for na fine cooking. Me to say enya de as say prempring e gefi me nua Kabila no ba. Fine, we bet my whole reservation about the party. Won't pay. But no so just a bibia no near SSA woka. SSA kwa na ukọ kwan na ukọ for bra. O de basa me so be kwa kwan na me so da ba befra wo de. I don't think so no never boy. Ba ukọ party bi mu da.
I know more.
Into wakọ party bi mu da.
You can talk about it.
So what I say?
Former member of the
Exactly.
I'm not here for.
What acting as even general
I don't think
secretary.
that's what he's saying.
I'm saying that. So tell him. Me,
You
I
see,
don't care what you say about that.
Don't worry.
Obi, party sem, enya de bema, niema me ba me bobo so no. Ebet ma am yenya solution to it. Yet here, yente me twe party be that no CPP na ma anya de na NDC anya ade. Eno no sabi asem kon. Efa brodo ni so. Efa ko na be di ho. Enti o ma yen fa ntwe ho ansa.
Mate.
Ye do ha ye be kan ho asem.
Me pacho you. Bernard Anim Piesie in your turn. Can I go play back for you the president interview on the BBC and then we have a discussion around it. Yeah. Sorry. And you but CBG, a consolidated bank Ghana said or the mobile app ABBA. It's a new way to bank anytime, anywhere with a CBG mobile app. With this, you bank with convenience, banking made secure and very simple. And you download the CBG mobile app and send money from your CBG account to any mobile wallet, increase and decrease your CBG debit card, which is the MasterCard any GH link limit. CBG mobile app comes with full security for PIN authentication to complete transactions, good for tracking. It's really good also for managing and planning your expenses. Banking pass, hope I say very simple and secure. There, we hear CBG mobile app. And please download it now. Na Yusu, where an internet-based service solution allows customers to a remote access to their accounts through mobile phones or tablet. In the core, they download the UDCC on sa eka. Who say on your app, Rubit may be beer was a way in here, Papa in Canada. In the patch out download CBG mobile app, Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei App Gallery, baby, Ubinya CBG mobile app, and then access excellent banking services anywhere, anytime. Unti BBS here for CBG CC 0302 216 000. Now only one into meaning como. Sounds sooner and they wouldn't say. Africa Origin Travel and Sport Tourism. Say Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games no air basso. And on must also organize London Tour 2022. You just have to pay 5,000 Ghana cedis to secure your visa and a holiday in the UK. Package no includes visa application support, visa fee, UK visa scan fee, accommodation in London and Birmingham, travel insurance, breakfast, transportation in and out of the airport, games ticket, a return flight ticket, tourism to Birmingham and London site. In the packages ni nyina eno no, but we tria 5,000 cedis na eno no ebe secure visa no e the amount. Na the aka no so mo ne etimi di ho nkomo. Deadline to secure packages and your visa 20th May 2022. Secure your package with 5,000 Ghana cedis and get your visa granted. Clients can choose to buy the flight ticket from our office or outside. Grab your interest now. Francis, your numbers ni hotlines are man for air free Birmingham Commonwealth Games 2022 and a London Tour 2022. Basso den. Free 0544 347 001 0544 347 001 and a 0544 347 002 0544 347 002. Africa Origin Travel and Sport Tourism. Your North Ridge opposite the Switzerland Embassy. Okohwa ubetime huyen. Kama. Na bibi etimi akoye amount. Yenko tie we emra yeba. This is the president interview on the BBC. And let's go listen when we come back. Na the ewohono yetumi nkoma ewo yetimi ne wonso edi ntimo ncha ne nso emfa emaye. Let me see if I can get this interview quickly. Na fe okay, and there you have it. Where your president speaking to the BBC. Enra in the BBC interview.
If I look at the Ghanaian economy at the moment, it's doing. I mean, let's just be honest. It's doing terribly.
Not terribly.
Well, your inflation in your country, inflation in Ghana.
I don't know the economy in the world that's doing well. Tell me where you are here.
Inflation in Ghana.
The highest inflation.
Well, 15.7%. The Ghanaian cedi has fallen 20% on the dollar. The worst after Russia, which has a lot of sanctions against it.
It's began to firm up.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
We're seeing the cedi systematically appreciating against the dollar.
People still can't employ. I was just reading today. People in the hospitality industry that you're pushing so hard. Having to lay their staff off. We've got taxi driver unions threatening strikes because of spiraling fuel costs. I mean, it doesn't look like a place that I want to go and put my money.
Where will you put your money in the world today? Where will you put your money? In Britain, which is suffering the worst standard of living statistics for over 30 years? Is it? All right, let's situate ourselves correctly. The world is going through very difficult times. Ghana is no exception. Nigeria is no exception. There's no country in the world that is escaping the ravages of both COVID-19 and also the impact of the Ukraine. But what you need to look at are where are the elements being put on the ground that look beyond the COVID and beyond the Russian-Ukraine war. And I think you'll find that in Ghana, the recovery program that we have is one that is considered very credible, and it is what is going to give us the opportunity to come out of this period a stronger economy. And it is that future that we're looking at when we're attracting people.
Let's talk about one of the structures that you say you've put in place. The e-levy, a lot of people are calling it a stealth tax on people who already are impoverished. It's a 1.5% tax on people who do business on their mobile phones. So if they use their mobile phones to send money or to...
The digital economy, the mobile economy.
Yes, but you're taxing people on money that has already been taxed.
Is the biggest economy is emerging as the biggest economy in the country, and for a long period has not had any taxation at all. So it is important now that they also come into the net. Our country has one of the lowest tax to GDP ratios of any country in West Africa and of an equivalent economy. The ECOWAS area, the general average today, tax to GDP average is about 18%. Ghana, we're at 13%. It's as if you're talking about a country which is already overtaxed, if at all, if anything at all, is undertaxed.
Okay, let me take you up on that point. On your low tax ratio to GDP. I'm just going to read this quote to you. It's from John Kwache, who I'm sure you might know is the Director of Research at the Accra-based Institute for Economic Affairs. He says there are several loopholes in our tax system that, if they are plugged, will be able to raise our tax to GDP ratio to something like 20% from the 12% that you're talking about. Are you speaking to experts like him?
Well, first of all, there's a recognition that
He says that there's no need for the e-levy.
well, that's his point of view.
He's an expert.
But he's an expert. There are experts in government as well, and we think it's necessary, and that's the reason why we...
You think it's necessary to tax people who are already impoverished?
They're not already impoverished. We're talking about people. We're talking about taxing an industry, and transactions where a lot of value is being created, and we want to also bring that value into government coffers. I think that is something that is very, there's nothing so, and the e-levy is not Ghana, it's the only country that has something like a mobile attack, a digital tax. Many countries, they will not like it.
Because they're already taxing people who do business online, and then you are taxing as well.
People never like taxes. I don't know any group of people, especially businesses, when taxes are brought to them that like it.
When you hear all these stories, Mr. President, I mean, Ghana was one of the rising stars of, the economic recovery of Africa, so to speak. But when you hear about all these issues with the economy now, what exactly went wrong?
Nothing has gone wrong. We're part of those who have been very badly affected by what has gone on in the last 2 years. Until 2020, since I came into office, 2017, 2018, 2019, the beginning of 2020, we were growing our economy at about 7%, the GDP growth rate. One of the fastest growing economies in the world was the Ghanaian economy. Even in the crunch year of 2020, when the economies of the world dived, Ghana, we still managed a positive rate of growth because the fundamentals of our economy are strong. But it has been a difficult task for all the economies of the world. I think it is important that when you're making the kind of provocative statements that you're making, that you situate yourself. You speak as if you're living in the same time as you and I, where the world economy as a whole has gone through very difficult times. And there are several things that we're doing, which is in the line of being able to pick up our economy again. I have no doubt that next year, if you were to come and speak to me like you're doing today, we will have a different set of facts for us to look at.
Asempa FM
94.7. Indeed, that's His Excellency the President of the Republic speaking to Peter Okoche on the BBC. And after the launch of Ghana Destination, that's Destination Ghana, the new tourism project buying a Piesie in London. And those are the responses from His Excellency the President. In Piesie, you've heard Oman Penyin and Adan Kwakufuado in that interview. Me pacho. Ete was saying the outside, no.
Oh, Obi, mete brofu, Oman Penyin kind. But content, no, I'm mommy, and any dasubia. Content, no, and some Oman Penyin kind, no, and some yat from 2017. 7th January. I had Oman Penyin Gufado Betanaso as President of the Republic of Ghana. Sankomuya onyam from Soda. Oman Penyin Gufado from 2017 no. Na osusu say abanga obedi na de eye President Mahama Abang. We jao or how be breed the ato no so. Ni refi no ho. Say what can say me actually or being for Tamil Seda. Nanko fani currency 2009. Saben biano we jao echima ni obedia dia o inherit assets and liabilities. Inti say or recount one near my obeto ya. Unyi assets in film and I'm liabilities nature cry no puno. And ya non can but you come on to and fix it. Okay. Until from 2017 or started boom me. Kaya nemo do baby a papa there no jaffa. Baby economy ni grow, you know. Oh, and the GDP grow on about 8%. What come from 2017 to date, or that's where I can say growth rate no. But Obi, men know why yet hey. Yenim nienti a Ghana, ye wo or how when your economy nim. Unim, minim, and I'm catching a young who's an out in Gogania Biase. No me trouble no friends as now quaina will be some moonsem. A man penny person say, or how are you bringing a COVID and a Ukraine Russian war?
Yeah, Russian-Ukraine war.
A yampa. Because Ghana, economy started challenged in 2019. Ya ka. O man penny say near Canada on tea. And no 2019, not COVID by at the tail end of the year. December 2019. And I'm a boy. Through a friend of COVID-19. From 2020 COVID, first recording first case, I think March 2020. Yeah. And we fear said the share is COVID-19. 2019, World Bank country representative. Something, Mama. Now, from 2019, and I can economy a challenge. Yes, fee, I am a farpe. Yes, fee, I am a farpe. Obi me wo publication be wa. We date near February 22, 2019. Bloomberg. And what can you see the one? Sure, it says CD falls to record as foreign investors strand Ghana bonds. And yet 2019, what can story now? We are making. And we actually, catch Oman Penny say Oman Penny sabi COVID the buy. Sorry, make us say say the papa. Yate. Na mom yate no. Yan hwehwemu kakra obi sabi asem ko. Nipa de mpanyimfo se obra etwo. Kosi na ahia unyinga do bia bia ube wuken anamebwa enti wona na abro bia nya 105 years ana wafim enti mo be na yi enti mo kire ka mo boy hospital bills mo na ade mortuary whatever mo ye yi ni wie na mo aboka e bia asem kan 1000 cedis enso mo wie nsa body e buy no mo nya 100,000 cedis. Ekosiisen on Manyo how kakra say ma lose money na bia mo pena se mo kono chenko bonkomo. But am fa ka kese ameto so. COVID inti. Anya ye kura no. Ghana nya sika raw cash about 33 billion Ghana cedis. 33 billion Ghana cedis. Ye nya obi anim. Ye jetum. It's on record. Emu ahe na wo spend emu ahe na ka san beda echi besi ne nkontabu ntimi ensi ni na so ye na ne wan pan try bibi kakra say o ma ne state of the nation address no obebu hu nkontai say wo follow na wo keka bom nyina ko 17 billion na ne aka no we eno krampo as compared to near finance minister say health minister dey betu gan net is na nsisi ani obi ka 18 billion obi ka 17 billion. Obi, ni akame hu ni say. So aban jetum. So ampa ahade na enya ni ye. Enti going forward, solution am pese me de ba na say bia measures am de beba na ayi nga fi so ha wonu eni. Hina no nim say Ghana ne. Ye hu a kire ye nyina ne say na ye nye credit worthy. Ye nka doso. Ya the calm and net debt to GDP ratio no it's about 80. Me fan ni won kan 81%. But the attitude is around 83%. Wa bosi aboko emfa. What the calm na brosododo. The bia make say what can GDP debt to GDP ratio na. Eno kra no what can be mum. But obi other than consider NDP. Because here can GDP growth yeah, the amanonefo enyuma we Ghana here na aka ho bi meboa Indian food nyuma wo Ghana e ka ho bi friend den Lebanese food ni ade wo be ka nyina abom sai sika no mu ahe na tena Ghana ha emu ahe na tena Ghana ha na o consider NDP na unya ne figure na de tutu yang debt ho a obi yakwa na ayeba ene yanka ye kese mana brusu say sika ye de service debt enye sika ketwa obi Ghana yang ha unyina ani aban ne buy no ne priorities aren't setting right investment I say nka oye wan hweso anye nti enne e ka mene yen eno ne yen haw eno ne yen challenge bebrebe yi levy obi say measures are for say o man penka so already na e besan economy besan am nponso bi wo no e da no man penyin kan ho asem Ekosiisen yi levy asem ya FM ya di san komo ya che obi hwe aban budget o de beto parliament 2022 budget of factor yi levy e can ne projected revenue and ameboa a man 105 billion and they say me say sika ya ye jetum ba say sika no say bebo say mo say obenya abro ana wunya mro ni nyina wo keka bo mu no e ma 105 billion 3 line budget items and ameboa we interest payment and amortization we compensation we statutory payment we can in aboma Ghana sa friend obligations no will be around 113 billion ni ade be yelo ya kwan em kan ho asem ye ni ade be yensu ye kan ho asem ye ni ade be kwa kosi hospitals ye kan ho asem ye nti eno no ye nya mfi ye revenue se ne a o kan sa na konin ampa obi 2022 ye the 45.390,551,577 billion in the cost service debt. Interest payment amortization. Ne projection 2023, you had the 47 billion plus, almost 48 billion. 2024, 53 billion plus. 2025, 65 billion plus. Abana kasa jatum session ya kwenye nimu no yanka ye de no service it no ye be hia sika kese going forward. Abana aboy amanese enti mehwa say na me ba be ye ni be investment A, B or C. Enti A, B at 2023 and can see this economy sika no A, B yanka 45 billion no and can sorry ya kwenye nimu no yanfa 40 billion kutia yenim so oman no A, B yanka sorry to as against 2016 and interest payment and amortization you had the 14.1 billion etimikoye now man bank sabi obi and no onga beto kan wotua kan kan enko from na monsoro a na eko unless it be a mo be chire ye mu fufuro bio unless it be a mo chire ye mu bi fufuro bio wo bayi niema wo de beto so we no de wo ye a ye friend wo flash programs a ye mo ye nsam ma e be a planting for food and jobs obi e honen ne nkomo e te den ne on Asempa FM minister nankasa admit say Ghana ye kra banche say ye variety bengo banche ben na odi Ghana ha enye ye ti say president Kufuor Abre so bodo say start factory no odi kan de banche variety bi kra ba mo odi ai na ye ne ani bi wa ha ye wotime harvest even though Sabena factory nye ready nti e de how bre wo no ye dua ye it is how you planting for food. What such a program sika kese obe to the daw na se be hia se banche se na be hia na ye ntimi nnua program no ni successes na ne way obi cocoa production ye kwanya ni mana ye benyechi because any men na nkadi sika be ba Ghana o ebe je nga fi yen capital flight amanfo a wo yi sika fi yen economy ni ma yen ho fi ase kire yen nti Ghana yan modern bo ebetima ma seed na hodin agina so enya artificial ones se me ko iska fi reserve ba beto na wo to reserve no mun you've reserve no beto system no mun na manfo so essence sa kwa obi ebedu da bi na reserve no be sa no wa hodin be fi na aba me huni say senka ban beti ase no wadi no kwara ma ne ho ma Ghana for yampa mo ma me sika se emu say na mahwiri ni na ade manya ni ye enti bia me komanim na meye ni ma me fa president Mahama nye example
na
obetu
what
dum
do
so
see am
mati asamo obetu dum so obai no also over the years na maybe I nti ana ama yen dum so yi aye kese we ya abreso because me ka say President Rawlings abreso dum so bai President Kufu abreso dum so bai ye problem pai na ade kra say nsu beto agu akoso mum so that ye betima generate the required energy ye hia ho but the bedroom no so say there be me transfer me beblem asem se no wanye na asem se no wanye solution ne say say ye hwese ye betimi expand young generation capacity enti mejatum and it is happening no bakaya also America beba sabre also went me amba na amafo nemo professor they would dey in top but that onim say eyi na eba e be solve problem na dey face no ampani empire buy no problem dey solved yet won prempren won akopediase aba na nakufado brofo kan nyini o kira wo say eyi ni eyi ene e dey ato kwan a e be ma yanka akosoro ebeba from going forward because projection interest ebeba from baby awo suru amum na ba beko enti aho kire wo mu ne no dan na chese ba be fi mo chena obi dan na chese ba be fi mo chena yen kasunti ye kwa bosia ba wo mayen ti yen yi levy ni e se betimi aboa yen a already per wo budget awde beto ho no yi levy no consume awie ebesa kra je ye kopia bosia about 12 billion e kan ho ansa sa 3 obligations yet ma for fele na ba wo mra wo ase na so sana baby attening sana mpacho UK I was one so won chiro one debt to GDP ratio na one debt to GDP ratio enti what the to say COVID aba won so won chiro na make say obi COVID niam ye nya fim senka ye nya abanga osusu say ma menwen na nwe ochena nka ho anka bia sika no ya nhwere na yentimi mu hunkunta besine
Bernard Anim Piesie ni yeten kan Anim ma me na unfortunately I would have to end James what's your president interview no
how many minutes
you have the next 12 minutes
12
yes
o de ne dodo na ma na nyahwe but
ono so nya more than 12 he spoke
and I make me say o de ne dodo na ma but I'm not complaining
okay.
I will do justice to all your topics. First one, Rose Committee any ranking member omo disagree on the figures and I say akwan do a aban say what constructed may expect the roads that highway authority and those state institutions our munye political parties no omo for figures no meto hone yehu because urban roads rural roads what are the feeder roads they know they have the figures.
They issued a statement actually. Yeah, they provided
one more figures no. Where does it stand? At least their figures will settle the contest between the chairman of the committee and the ranking member. If he say Obi, the records are there. Never go on to me and anything. As some mekaya me na want to here. I was tracing the history of Muntakana na oye nyamransem won mu no say ebia wo free mu party na mo history true party no entina wo kasa is that in question? Are you challenging that? If it is not true, contest that. The records are there. Parliament tie me tro the entire me dey link is way the man chairman of the committee ka the government ka the ranking ka records no kwan bia ye ma contract me boa baby a yama kwan no contract no yenim record e wo ho me boa enti ebetuma calculate ni dodo ne ahunu say de aban no ka se wayi akwan dodo say no edu sa enru sa and it will settle the dispute. Me I don't know, I don't have the figures. That's what I'm saying. Say unless we are going to question urban roads any feeder roads said the almost the babe to dan and highway authority said the babe to dan e bia nya no kre but some of the betu there we can easily compare and see say net here na me can say speaker man ruling now otia there's a place you can go and correct him. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Democracy no. Second one Obi You see, Dr. Miami, me offer Dr. Kwabena don't call say, doom so eba. O minim di onim, but say sana o huna. Sinanapo where caution. May even if it is mischief, take it as caution. Now, more modern sembetu and a mobia Emma Yanko doom so because doom so dear yanin pekra Honorable Kandapa, you see or say Ghana is on high alert against terrorist attack. Minister, my friend and my father, affordability, Mr. Let it not be by mouth. Indeed, you put structures in place near. Momo Agents Association commit to helping e-levy sensitization. Obi, may you disappointed say up to date. Yenya Q&A on e-levy from the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Information.
Oh, you've not seen it? I think there
Q&A.
are
Simple
some
my.
in the system. Yeah.
And me call a yache. Hibernation. Because it will settle a lot of the misconceptions, including Papa na no obusa mampani questions. No. It will settle them. E-levy is not for anybody or everybody. Let me use and yet obiane between e-levy. The minimum threshold transfer below a certain year e-levy.
Below 100 cedis.
Thank you. Me na me think and lifting ko 200. But enyo obiane Sunday 100 cedis. Enti Papa no question I know Obuza say you are going to. In fact, the word he used, Onuka says stealth. Me, I pronounce the word stealthy. You want to say just a chronobo. What is that propaganda? It is something lifted from Ghana. And I know Odi Busano. And I'm happy the response the president gave him. President Bonhomodi will interview no Obi, and I want to deal with an issue. Papa Nubusa president. And your president the Kokan e-levy. Interview ano and the Busa president say structures are mostly mudia to akwamu no be any e-levy and your president can say or the e-levy atu akwamu. Let's correct that impression wrongly created here. It is the questioner, the interviewer, who asked the president about e-levy. He was who was charitable. And I make us one Musa president.
No, president spoke about they putting in place some measures to deal with the crisis. And on the case, one of the measures is e-levy.
And I know one. And I know one. President Beckham be but President Beckham be any one district, one factory. We will encourage them to do more. But Obitio,
yes,
President answer no mine was in response to a question. Me nim the minia and Piesie person. President Trump akwane say onim ayi ne maya odi so wanka wa mansa keke na problems are Ghana ye wo say o mine no e be a fundamental and enyen na ehase obi we have never had control over our natural resources. We have never taken the commanding height of our natural resources. And last week mene obi fubi Dr. Usu Sakwadie, Eco program so, and he said something about natural resource revenue. Say ye nya emu frank empoa, and kaya wunchiri yes. Say me maka mining the mining sector gold. Obi, of all the costs of mine year so far, including health hazards, what we get from it, less than 10%. According to OECD report. Now, no crowd here, a PR4 report that say, you're up to 5%. And you're Nasema. You're one yama. And so you knew who to me. A fundamental problem. Oil. I buy it. Besina Minuka say, Nipa Ghana for the send a wash shares for oil like a woman. Or my Nan Casacra, your chef and woman, you're saying, a new 10%.
Together, we are doing around 20% now.
Now. Yeah. At 20%, the same every we are sure said 20%. I could do 20%. Okay, and still we are in a minority. Say, and you see, and okay. And by Mati, the American say the problems are fundamental. But Obi, I mean, can we now? I think the president did well in that interview, and Asama Okaya. Me there and say one who busa a question now some now who busa no they will see busa question no to yampia as I say, baby, you free ever. Those who are discussing us for where we are now no, must measure us from where we are coming from. This government, take it or leave it, has been bold and consistent on certain things. A home for so dear no, and yet a beba years to come. A B any free SHS. Say, why are you running to free SHS? What investment can compare to investment in education in the future of our country? Human resource. Nano na catch up company say one of the deficits I owe Ghana is utilizing your human resource to the benefit of this country. I'm not saying that this government has done everything perfect. There are challenges. And I will say this. Be loopholes now or say no I say how we can plug those loopholes and they say you better running a digitized economy to clear off all the means papa me this my way na we sika because obi sika air code digital platform bia so you better trace you. It can be traced and tracked. And I'm hoping so they can say Ilevi me we na menua Titus akambi nya say ya support to aye no na enwa kuntabo no be kunkon. We must follow it, and I'm happy I have the other paper that discuss amendments Minuanum Muntaka Haruna Drisu Sam George or a very good amendment as to how e-levy should be accounted 3 months bia I say parliament and there no mu January as I say parliament omumu mani di akire na executive no so omo bibia da ho pefe na ya Ghana force so adwuma no koso no yen to say obakofo ntimi meye ni nyina yen acknowledge contributions as much as we'll be discussing the negatives.
Very well. In the James Kwabena Bomfeh and Yatin and Kano, the Honorable Daniel Ni Quarter Titus Glover Ababe Kayensa, albeit very, very late. But I mean, be 2 3 minutes. You were paid for interview at 6:30.
12 minutes, me 8.
Ozebonzo.
Honorable.
Maminfa kunya weso this has never been my style.
Yes,
you know it.
Yes, I know.
Mamin pacho kesiapa. Memfama with you for one casa any Dominico. I said Dominico.
The sparring mate Marco or say a quadruple pronunciation is correct.
Stealth.
Anti yeah mesra na movanchamin because there's so much on my plate. Made you with one idea and the traffic me bano not traffic in my tomb. Me banning na meet Miniakuma any Piesie or Boomza. And this one would see more. As if Kabila, they brought manna from heaven.
Oh,
as if they brought manna. For the throw Edibai. JDM we know his style of governance, what he did. Send this if one facing COVID by this time. Anga says Dapum. Anga by this time, we're in the deep seas. Say Yamuni Jao Mani Mama. And sometimes don't come and sit on a high horse as if you are saint and you did something legendary that's not been done before. We be so legendary in who be that at the growth of 3.4%. Ewa kromwa. Say COVID, oh please, imbabi family ayinota. Family ayinota. Imbabi o yobono sumo. Woko ya.
Yeah, Matashi.
What does he? So for me, asamba kuna ye kano and one yebeka. Now yemi de say Momo protests now have not agreed. Said they will support a buying in the advocacy of say Jumano. Who can initially petition beyond the local parliament? A minority for Jinemwa yet to num as if Momo saying ye levy a monster. We shed the level of transactions on digital as soon. And people are evading tax. In this country, people don't want to pay tax. The contribution of taxes to our GDP, 13%. 13%. We should stop reading standard. It's less than 20%. Almost go about 18. Na ye fa kwan ye be fa so a ye nye skani bi ye de be impuntuma na mo kokwa pai. And this is what they how. What is wrong with them? So any effort be aban be just to make sure we can develop this country, they're against it. Minya kwan ebra na president did birthday last week. onya triangular no, the birthday, the year levy passage and the Black Star qualification. And this way on your papa. Say I qualify. They wish we couldn't go to a World Cup. No, of course. I mean, can't sampa HE. I want demo in Gravosia, you can catch or deny you say. I go for the Monko World Cup. Now, we are making sure, say, all the issues surrounding ye levy, I be Ghana for Betias, would do it. You become one some. Now, interview, I know BBC pushing the president as if the initiative you are taking to restore our economy, every government is your responsibility. When you are charged with responsibility and problems, you should face it at home. And that is what Nana is doing with his government. Abembia in some tour, and was said here, so but Jinaho has solved our problem. And he's solving it. Now when in the Gromwa, we share the performance from 2017, 2018, 2019. I was in the 7th Parliament. When you look at the trajectory of our development and our progress, it is clear. Dear Kosu, you are self-funding, dear Kosu, you are self-funding, but we've not raised a hand in despair. Said, dear Kosu, no, another buying, so unto me, so I know. Okay. And you go so again, your family. Now, any person said, Yaboka. Now, can another bet to a Nungana. The service of debt, sir, yes, servicing it includes their government. A cow doesn't go boy, on Gaza on another buy or no car, Siska, Busan, and who can over. It's accumulation of debts. And yet, the other county here, chaka. You can't pay your own and leave your predecessor's debts. It's not done.
Very well.
And clearly, the message say, indeed, we have not been normal times for the past 2 years. But we shall grow to now a pigeon muka kankakra. But Ghana for Misremo, don't listen to the tales of this NDC. Opposition heat in a war, no, but we are doing as much as the Nados government will do. Na kwa ebe faswa, ebe boa. Na even saying yawoko enim yebe. In terms of insecurity, the past no kind say even saying Ghana is safe, but ninja say yes will stand aloof. Ni yeshwe say bia sa the Ekosiisen was Sahelian. Mali ni Niger ni Yemen Burkina you better say national security on and the other state agencies are high alert. What is important is about intelligence gathering. Who baby are now very strange face and the character and the need now we share a suspicion. Raise the alarm, ring the bells, and let the security agencies be alert. Because the best way of governing this country is about your security. When your security is porous, is weak, that is where you have these jihadis that is going on in Nigeria and other places can destabilize. But your information, that's a contempt. I be doing you, every boy be brave. I bet you quite before you be decent. But finally, Mami apologizing for my lateness. That has not been my style. I'm almost on time.
Honorable Daniel Nikwate,
National Organizer hopeful.
National Organizer hopeful.
Mako 125 constituencies.
Oh, okay.
9 regions.
Wow.
And this week, Nyamiya Duma, I'll be doing 50 more. Wow. I'll be doing 50 more, and it's going very well. It is not, you look for an organizer that is politically matured, has the political experience, and has the leadership qualities. It's not about Facebook and WhatsApp. Now we did it also. It's about political maturity, political experience, and the leadership at the table. And the Amanyokono, Akonyane Toa, Yaprehu. But Yaprehu Ninano, and Koye and yet Kasafin, Kasabe Bedim Pape Mbaba, Debbie. And yet Ekosiisen on Asempa FM. Ebema Yamanyokono, at Tompon, a Kodinum, Sanami, Miko campaign, Mekwamin Kombiasa, Mimidia. What I think I can do as a national organizer of our party and who the Runamebo.
Very well. Yeah, that's a papa. Honorable Daniel Nikwate Titus, Global National Organizer for NPP.